We're all about the Archers. I'm Lauren.
And I'm Katie.
And we are here today to discuss what has happened in the Archers so far this week. We will be discussing Sunday the 3rd of March, Monday the 4th of March, and tonight's episode, Tuesday the 5th of March. First things first, neither you or I are Philippa. That's a bit of a surprise. Philippa's not very well tonight, so we're sending our big love and hugs to her. Philippa, we love you. Get well soon. Get well soon. But it's me and Katie tonight. If this ever sees the light of day, in our capable hands. So first thing, before we get chatting about the week, I must mention that there was due to be an episode with Lilian, the actor that plays Lilian, Sunny Ormonde. We were going to be chatting with her this week, but due to poorliness, we haven't been able to do that. But that will be coming. But I just wanted to mention that Sunny herself is having a wonderful little show, which is so exciting. An evening with Sunny, and there's details all about that in the show notes if you would like to go and check that out and get yourself down there. It's happening on the 15th of March. All for charity. Sounds lovely. And the interview with Lilian will be happening. But, Katie, tonight's episode, what did you think?
I'm loving the cupboard shenanigans.
I am not loving the cupboard shenanigans. I'm finding the cupboard shenanigans are giving me what I believe the youth call the ick.
Ick, yes. Maybe that's the name of the podcast episode, the ick. I am slightly concerned, though, why I seem to like the Harrison and Fallon pancakes in bed and then Alistair and Denise in a cupboard. What is wrong with me?
Well, do you know, I thought exactly the same as I was writing down that it gave me the ick, and I was thinking back to a couple of weeks ago where I was like, oh, this is so exciting, and I quite liked Alice and Harry having a little roll around in the mud, but I'm not happy with any sort of, like, cupboard related stuff. But I just find it's not her, it's him. He's giving me the bad ick of, like, just talking about. He just seems like a bit of a cheeser, doesn't he? Like, talking about what it's going to be like to kiss her and all this flirting and, oh, God. I mean, yeah.
But just think, I would rather hear how good it's going to be to kiss rather than the smooching all the time.
I don't know that I would. I feel like maybe I would prefer to hear the actual stuff. Because they're talking about it. I mean, who talks about it? They're just not...
Yeah. No. Weird.
No.
Definitely not.
Well, what else did you think tonight? What do you think of Emma trying to rattle Fallon with? I don't think
Emma was really annoying me. Yeah, I can't deal with Emma when she gets like this. She just gets a bit vile. Like there's just those little digs, like the digs with Alice and the digs with Fallon, and it's like just back off. Yeah, she really bugs me at times, and this was not a good Emma. She was one of my flops.
No, she was. Yeah, she was. Yeah, and was you surprised that Harry turned up in the cafe when he did?
Yes, yeah, I didn't see it coming, and then when he spoke I was thinking, oh no, Harry, what are you doing? I absolutely loved Fallon when she was like, here's your croissant and flat white and I hope you choke on it.
You heard what I said. Heard what I said. I know, I was like, oh my goodness me.
Oh, I loved her.
Lovely bit of service with a smile.
She threw it at him.
She absolutely threw it. But I was surprised that he come along. I mean, I did think we hadn't seen the back of him and him saying, oh, do you think if I really give my recovery a go, we'll be able to get back together, get back to where we were? And I was thinking, oh, God, this is what's on the cards then, is it? Just months of simpering and all of this sort of thing.
But do you think it's going to be a bit of a Chris comes to Alice's rescue and kind of steps in and there's a fist fight at dawn?
I don't know that she needs him to come to her rescue. One of my faves this week has been Alice. I feel like I'm sort of getting to know her outside of the alcoholism. I didn't really know much about her aside from that. And I'm liking what I'm seeing. Like, I think she's really holding her own. She's a realist. She's really sort of saying, like, she remembers what she was like when she was like in the depths of the alcoholism. And I also felt quite impressed at how highly she still thinks of Harry. That made me think highly of her. Like, she was like, he's not a bad guy. He's just got these issues, which I suppose is where she's been with that. I don't know that she needs Chris to come to the rescue.
No, I don't think she needs him. Yeah, but I reckon he may be kind of, I need to save her and
he'd be
there. I don't
know. To the rescue.
Or is she going to help him with his recovery and they live happily ever after.
That
for
was
a bit.
something. I mean, that's one of my predictions. We're leaping into predictions, but I wonder
Spoiler,
if she'll
sorry.
become his she'll become his sponsor, or how that works. Like, I wondered if maybe that's gonna happen for them. But yeah, I'm surprised. I did sort of feel like we'd seen the back of him, but then maybe we haven't seen the back of him, and we've got a lot. There's going to be a lot going on.
This quick.
No, nor did I.
Very quickly. And
he's very much like, oh, I want to say the right thing. And I mean, how do you think that's going to go? I mean, Alice made an absolute mess of it, didn't she? So, like, is this going to be even more of a mess?
Yes. One of my, jumping forward again, predictions. You see, Philippa's not here, so we've gone crazy. Rogue. She'll never do this again. Yeah, one of my predictions is that Harry's going to turn up drunk to the hearing. And are they going to believe anything he says?
I hadn't even thought that. I just thought he'd get there and just be sort of like bumbling and silly and like it wasn't that bad and just not really be able to think it all through. But I hadn't even considered that he would turn up drunk, because he doesn't think he's got a problem either, does he? So
no,
he could absolutely just have a little livener before he goes in and just makes an absolute show of it. I hadn't considered that. Oh, God. Have you got any more faves for the week so far?
Faves, I've got, I mean, in Philippa's honour, biscuit chat. I mean, why is she not here?
There was actual biscuits. So many biscuits. Custard creams, bourbons, rich tea, fig rolls, arrowroot, an unheard of biscuit for me.
Oh, I quite like them.
Oh, do you?
I like arrowroot.
What are they like? I've never heard of them.
They're a bit like a rich tea.
Oh, okay.
They're quite similar to that, but yeah, I think they are anyway. But yeah, I quite like them.
I'll have to
just
have a little
nibble
look
on
out
if
for
you've
these.
Not been well.
Yeah, well, that's what they said. Maybe that's what Philippa could have. She's not having enough arrowroot. That's where it's going wrong.
Eat more biscuits, Philippa.
I also quite liked Brian as well. I thought he was very. I found him very funny when he panicked about Alice talking about auras, and he was like, "No, I've already got one daughter who's mad on auras. Don't be any more mad on auras than she is."
Yeah.
But I thought he was very nice, very supportive, very chilled out. I mean, until Harry arrived. But like, I thought he was very, it was just like two mates having a chat, really, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think he handled the whole thing well. Even once Harry turned up, I think he handled it well.
Yeah.
I feel like he could have just flown off the handle and totally lost it with him. And he didn't, to be fair.
No.
He was fairly calm with it. So, yeah, I mean, Brian is in my running for Star of the Week, to be honest.
Well, mine too, actually. Yeah. So should we do Star of the Week? Because seeing as we're just running, we're just going wild. I put Alice ? Brian ? So I'll give it to them. And I know Quentin loves it when I share the Star of the Week out amongst the stars.
He really likes it. Yeah, he likes it when it's plural and there's loads to choose from. So yeah, that's happy. We'll keep him happy.
But if you give it to Brian, I can give it to Alice, and then we can both be satisfied.
True, but I've got two as well.
Oh, tell me your other Star of the Week.
So, yeah, I've got Brian, and then I've got Jim, aka Cupid. With his little wings.
He's really keen for his son to have an affair, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
He's really up for it.
Come on.
He's really encouraging it. Really, really wants him to have an affair. Yeah,
definitely.
Cute little Jim.
Oh no, it was very cute.
We've alluded a little bit to the food, but there was a little bit of food. I mean, it was mainly biscuit heavy, but there was also, tell me if you've got any more than these, Sunday lunch with 3 mentions of roast potatoes, including Jazza calling them roasted tots or something he was calling them. Then there was the corporate afternoon tea, and then Harry's chocolate and almond croissant. Hope you choke on it. Did you get any more food than that? No,
that was it. But I did have a question with the biscuits when they were talking about high-end biscuits.
Yeah.
I did wonder what that was going to be. At first I wrote shortbread / fig roll, but then they class fig roll as a lower
I would say
level
fig
biscuit.
roll's quite lowbrow. I love a fig roll.
I'm obviously not posh enough. But then they kept saying nice biscuits. And so I was thinking, is this the BBC's way of getting a brand into a conversation? And they were actually those nice / nice biscuits that they were having instead.
Well, after a bit of a joke and a technical difficulties sesh, we're back with predictions. We may well be repeating ourselves, but hey, a double prediction of the same thing is what everyone wants to hear. So, yes. Katie, go again with your predictions, please, my friend.
It might make it even more right if we say it twice. It puts it in the ether. So, who knows? So one of my predictions was a board game cafe, because my parents have just got one in their little village, and I think it would be so cute to have a board game cafe following on from Jim and Jazza and Alistair, and then they could do a Jazza-friendly one of, I don't know, Mousetrap, Dizzy Dinosaurs, Hungry Hippos, all of that. And then have the more serious ones, Settlers of Catan, Scrabble, that kind of stuff.
I love Catan.
I don't like it.
Oh, don't you?
No.
Oh, God, I love it. I could be Cataning all day long, very much so. And all of the expansions all day. I would love that. Also, Fallon doesn't seem all that happy in her job. Why doesn't she just go and run the board game cafe with Harrison?
There we go. They could do a little cops and robbers theme, couldn't they?
Absolutely. Black and white stripy tops and like little masks.
Yes.
Lovely.
You get a swag bag.
They should definitely do that.
There we go.
Any other predictions?
I've just got Alistair and Denise, and I put well overdue wedding because I got a little bit overly excited. And then when Denise was kind of, I don't know, with the whole John thing where he's struggling and he's all, what were the words? Fragile, a wreck and on his own. I was just thinking, oh, will they, won't they? What's going to happen? Is Denise going to, I don't know, chicken out of telling him? I don't think she'll stay with him, but how long is she going to keep Alistair waiting, and will he wait?
So I sort of said it because I thought when she was very firm about the fact that she was going to call him that night. I'm going to give your dad a call tonight, and I thought, you're going to dump him tonight. I thought, like, while his mum's dying, this is the moment you go, it can't get much worse. I may as well, like, as his mum's dying, I'll also tell him that his marriage has broken down. Like, I didn't know if that's where that was going also. And then I also wondered if she might go out there and be like, just to let you know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I mean, I don't know how long he's going to be out there. I also didn't realise he was staying out there. I thought him and Paul were coming back together, so it was a bit of a surprise when...
Yeah.
Because they weren't firm about whether or not he was still out there, were they? They were just like, oh, will we stay?
Yeah. I thought that they were coming back together, so I hadn't realised. But yeah, it's not really the conversation you have over a phone call, especially when they're not in the country and their mum is dying. It's not really going to go that well.
Yeah. There's not much. I wonder what Denise's bedside manner's like with the animals, as opposed to just telling her husband that she don't really fancy him anymore, and she'd rather snog Alistair all day long and talk about that.
Yeah, I'd rather be in a cupboard with Alistair. Thanks. Yeah. Bye.
Well, one of my predictions was that will she ever speak to him, or is it going to happen tonight, or will her and Alistair just continue to be this revolting snog fest that we're getting? Also, I think they're being a bit delusional. That do they really think that dinner, kissing, flirting, is that like they're saying, oh, well, we haven't done anything really bad about it? Like, that's still a relationship. You're still having a relationship. My husband come to me and said, oh, we didn't do anything else. We're just kissing and like flirting and going out for dinner. But no, I hadn't spoken to you about it yet, so it was fine.
Yeah,
like,
we were just in a medical cupboard.
Yeah. So I don't know if they're... But I think that maybe that sort of is being like cemented by Jim being so enthused by them and stuff like that. So maybe that they're just yeah.
It's a bizarre one.
Are you rooting for them?
I kind of am. Yeah, it's kind. I want them to both be happy, and they haven't been happy. I mean, Denise isn't happy with John, and Alistair's not been happy since Shula, really. So yeah, I'd like them to get together. I think it would be quite.
I think
sweet.
It's a will they, won't they, and I'm just like, just tell me.
Yeah.
Like I'm not. I'm over the will they, won't they. I'm just like, look, just tell me whether or not this is going to happen. Because I'm
not invested enough. I really don't care if it's going to go on forever. Yeah. Just do it or don't.
If it doesn't happen, that's fine too.
Yeah.
But just yeah.
And
I feel a bit. A couple of weeks ago, I think I was quite enthused by the thought of them. So I've obviously gone off that.
Wow. Just a little bit.
We would get together instantly. I don't like a slow burn. I want it insta love. And then the only other prediction I had, which I mentioned earlier on, whether or not that recorded, who knows, was that I think maybe Alice will become Harry's sponsor or will have a hand in his recovery. I hope there's a recovery in it for him, and I hope she continues with her recovery. So, but yeah, I feel like that's where this is going. Surely, I think like we both said, I don't think we'd seen the back of Harry, but we were surprised to see him back so quickly. But I feel like there's this would be a good storyline in terms of adding to the recovery and her assisting someone in their recovery. And yeah,
definitely. I
we
hope
shall
he
see.
doesn't just vanish and go off, and then it'll be what happened to Harry, because we've still got that doctor's diagnosis.
Goodness.
What was all that about? Was that to do with the alcoholism? And he was just kind of keeping it quiet and it's to do with his liver, or is it something totally unrelated, or what is it? I mean, there's all of that. So, or is he drinking because of that? Because he's stressed and it's not good news, and he's just kind of, I don't know.
Who knows? Will we ever find out?
No.
Who knows? That is something I do. I feel like I care about that more than I care about whether Denise and Alistair get together.
Brilliant.
I firmly got some investment in Alice and Harry anyway, so
yes,
there we go.
Yeah,
well,
definitely.
There we go. That was it. How it went all right, didn't it, guys?
Yeah, I think so. Guys, anyone there?
Anyone get? Did they just see Philippa wasn't here and think, nah, this isn't for me?
Log off.
Not this week, maybe. But if you do want more of this, and you're not a Patreon of ours, you could become a Patreon of ours. We've got our first live event this Thursday. We're both Katie and I, and Quentin and Philippa, all four of us. We're very excited about it. And yeah, it's going to be going ahead this Thursday. So do look in the show notes, because there's all details of that in there, as there is with the evening with Sunny Ormonde, which is down below as well. And yeah, I think that's it. So it's a goodbye from me.
And a ta-ra from me.
Goodbye!